The oil market is literally on fire through a military attack on Saudi Arabia. Oil manufacturing 5% of the oil supply, worldwide oil supply, is in danger. All about it here in this vlog. Whoa guys, thank you very much for watching another video here on the Wolf of Dubai financial investing channel here on YouTube. If you are not following so far and you are new to this channel, make sure to subscribe and thumb up this video to make sure to not miss any financial vlogs, because I'm vlogging almost daily. And today these days, actually Saturday night, it started with an attack, military attack by drones on one of the biggest oil supplies from Saudi Arabia. And what does it mean for the oil markets, we will discuss today.
Now, Saturday's drone attacks on Saudi Arabia's oil facilities have triggered a sharp jump in global oil prices.
And let me kick it off with you, Phil. Give us the sense of the oil markets this morning. We see prices are up almost 9% right now.
A series of attacks that took place over the weekend on the world's two largest oil processing facilities in Saudi Arabia have energy prices soaring. You can see WTI crude right now at 59.55, Brent at 65.60. Big questions for the future of the Aramco IPO.
Let's first talk about it, what happens and why it is so important for the oil market. So Saudi Arabia is producing almost 10% of the oil needed in the whole wide world. So they had a military attack on one of their biggest manufacturing plantages in Saudi Arabia, and there was, a military attack by drone. And why it happened, who did it, this is a totally different political issue. We are talking about the markets here. As you know, the market reacted ridiculously. So it opened Monday with a 15% hike in the oil price worldwide. Why? Because Saudi Arabia is having 10% of the oil supply worldwide, and apparently through this attack 5% less oil world supply is expected over the next couple of days, weeks, months. We don't know yet, or at that point we didn't know. So the market of course raised 15%, and they are about to see how they will manage that. This is a very, very big news, and it was the biggest spike in oil price in one day this year. It's really ridiculous how it's so dependent on this one country to produce so much oil that we need today. Now, what happens a day after, on Monday, actually, the price went down 5%. Why this happened? So actually, Saudi Arabia confirmed that, the continuously of the Saudi oil production will already starting like around a couple of days or weeks already, which was unexpected, and everybody asking why it's so fast. Now you have to know one thing about the Middle East. We are super fast, For example, in Dubai, we built the Burj Khalifa, the highest tower in the world, within 5 short years. So, especially if you are concerned about your main income stream revenue, you are very, very careful how to, recover from that and so on. And another big point is that, the manufacturing of Saudi Arabia of oil has a lot of redundancies. So, maybe they have a different kind of areas that they can use, they can tap on, they can, produce their much oil and their repair and so on. So you can see that this happens very, very literally super fast, more than the market expected. And that's why the oil price went down 5%. Now, what does it mean for the future? For once, the IPO of Aramco maybe gets a little bit, further pushed. This comes in a couple of minutes. But the most important thing is that, you see that the oil market is very volatile and very vulnerable. So you see that, people are actually scared and unsure, and, this is super bad for financial markets. If people have this unsure or this, insecurity, this is the most single reason why people go out of the market. So, for example, you can see the same with the trade war between US and China. When, there's another tweet by Trump that they cannot, agree on an agreement and a deal and so on, you see that the market drops. And then, if they see that, they are very, very, very close, then you see that the market go up, and this is exactly why it happens. So let's talk about the Aramco IPO. So currently in the news and in the talks is the biggest ever IPO ever done in any financial market. So Aramco is the oil company, the governmental oil company of Saudi Arabia, and actually they are going to do an IPO. So they are worth, and now hold your seats, $1.5 trillion when they really make the IPO happen, and this should happen in the next couple of weeks or months. But of course, with this incident, people are asking if it's really worth that much. I believe, because oil is so strong and so deep into our daily infrastructure, we need it for plastic, we need it for transport, we need it for flights, and so on and so forth. So you see how dependent we are still on the black gold. So of course, this kind of incident puts, questions on the valuation of Aramco, but I still think they are working on it. They are very, very fast in fixing things here in the Middle East, and they are very forward-looking, future forward-looking. I didn't saw any other country that is so forward-looking like the UAE and Saudi Arabia that is currently in the revolution. So I'm very, very positive that this will happen and still happen. They will do everything to make this happen. And when they say it will happen, then it definitely gets happening. Because here in Middle East, we know how things can get sorted out real quick. And so I'm not worried that much. I think also the oil market will stabilize in the next couple of days or weeks. And also, once the production's again on track, we will see that, there will be some new mechanism that something like this cannot happen again. And then, the oil market gets stronger even after that. We see this all the time. We see, the phoenix comes out of the ashes. And what doesn't kill you makes you only stronger. So this things, obviously. So I believe that both will happen. The oil market will stabilize and Aramco will do their IPO, and it will be the biggest and the most profitable company ever to hit financial market ground. So let me know what you guys think. It's very, very interesting topic, and see you tomorrow.